Hello, folks. Today I wanted to talk about the new interaction with Instant-Leech and the Necro. Now, I was watching the Gazzy video, and he was talking about this, and this kind of like got me thinking about the topic. I'm going to link the Gazzy video down below. If you haven't watched it, you should watch it. He did a great job explaining why Instant-Leech is so busted. And just to kind of reiterate, the idea is that because you have a lot of little hits going all at once, the Instant-Leech is really potent on minions. But there's a couple of interactions with Leech that I think are really broken, and there's also a couple of like things to take note of about this wheel. So let's start with this wheel first of all. First things first, these are spell damage Leech's energy shield nodes. These actually don't work with the minion Leech because it's life Leech. You can see here it specifies energy shield recovery. So the only way to get these three nodes here to work with the Minion Leech is to use Ghost Reaver. Which is kind of unfortunate because it basically means you're taking 4 nodes to get this Leech Mastery, which is obviously very broken and probably still worth it even if you're on life, but you kind of lose out on that. Now, the benefit of the skill tree in PoE is that you can kind of like spice it up with the Timeless Jewels. The Timeless Jewels can replace some of the smaller nodes in the cases where they're not very good, right? But the thing is that the Timeless Jewels leave the Leech Mastery, right? They leave the Masteries. They only change the small nodes and then the notables. So, and then the other thing too is right around the spot here, we have a Jewel Socket and we actually have a Keystone that's all within this area. And so this opens up all kinds of new builds that use the like corrupted or like specialty keystones from the Timeless Jewels. So I wanted to look today at one particular interaction, which I think is really cool and might even end up being kind of a new meta. And that is the Corrupted Soul and Soul Tether combo. So this has always been kind of a really strong build on the builds that use it, but we haven't been able to use it on minions before because we haven't had that kind of leech before. All right, so let's take a look at it. So first of all, Corrupted Soul. So on the tree, that would be slotted in here. It would replace Eldritch Battery. So this is obviously not possible for a build that uses Eldritch Battery. So with that said, what is Corrupted Soul? Well, 50% of non-chaos damage taken bypasses ES and gain 15% of maximum life as maximum ES. So this is a thick amount of flat ES if you have a lot of life. And then this line here is actually good too. It sounds like a downside, but it actually isn't. It's an upside. 50% of non-chaos damage taken bypasses the ES. Only half of it bypasses, and so it kind of actually allows your leech to be more effective because it like almost like buffers your leech. And then there's an interesting interaction here with the Soul Tether. So the Soul Tether, it has another one of those lines, gained 4 to 6% of max life as ES. So that kind of synergizes really well with the Corrupted Soul. And then it has Immortal Ambition. And what Immortal Ambition does is it makes it so you lose all your ES. Your ES starts at 0. And instead, your Life Leech, when it hits what is considered maximum health, instead of ending, which is what normally happens with Life Leech, it overleeches into your energy shield. And that amount of life that's leeched is based off of your life leech, not your energy shield leech. So it actually doesn't matter the total number of ES you have. It's going to be based off of your life leech anyway. So that makes it really powerful. Even at smaller amounts of ES, it makes it really powerful. So that means you don't have to make it so like you have like, for example, 5,000 ES and 5,000 life. If you had 5,000 life and 2,500 ES, it's going to have the same amount of energy shield leech because the energy shield leech is based off of life. Okay, so why is this crazy? Well, all this combo here with Immortal Ambition and Corrupted Soul, you get 15% max life here. You get 6% here. So that's 21. And then we get, where is it? Down here, there's another 3%. And this is also a life wheel that has life and ES. So this path up here is very efficient because you get a life wheel, you get 2 notables for the Timeless Jewels, You get your cluster that otherwise would have been not good for life, but can be converted into something that's good. And you get your corrupted soul here. So if you look at all the things you're getting, there's actually only like 2 travel points, and all the rest of this stuff, or maybe like 4 if you count these 2 here. Everything else is really efficient. Now, here's where the magic really happens, is that you can convert these nodes here, the notables and the travel points on the way up, into other things. So it doesn't matter that these nodes are garbage for your build normally, just because you want to get to this leech mastery. You can convert them into something that's good for your build. Like, for example, resistances or minion damage. Let me see if I can find one here. Okay, so here's an example. If you got this one, you could have minion damage, some res, some life, some movement speed, some ES, there's some block, right? Some ES. Let's see another one here. AoE of auras, minion damage, and mana regen and AoE, right? Like there's a lot of these little nodes that could be made significantly better with the, I think it's a Glorious Vanity. Yeah, it's a Glorious Vanity. And to get the Corrupted Soul on here, we need the Doriani one. I'll put a link to this down in the description as well. But yeah, I saw that Gazzy video and it got me thinking about the Instant-Leech, and it got me thinking about like what types of builds work well with Leech typically, and how can we kind of like abuse that on this end of the tree. And this end of the tree does have a lot of support for energy shield type builds. So but it also has a decent amount of life. If you go down over here, there's another one here. You could pick up this this wheel here as well, right? And already you've got 2 full life wheels. You come through here. I mean, that's a decent amount of life as well. You're probably going to come up here anyway because this is where the +1 Spectre is, right? So you can already see like there's a decent amount of support for life and energy shield in this zone. And if you come over here, which most of the minion builds do, this is also life and energy shield, and you get this sovereignty node that's around here as well. So this could potentially be a very, very juicy defensive build if you ended up taking the minion leech with corrupted soul, get some minion damage up here that wouldn't normally be up here. Convert these 2 notables into something that's beneficial for your specific build. Yeah, there's also recoup down here as well. That could also be potentially really good. There's actually a lot of things in this little zone here that are interesting. So what do you think? Let me know what you think. If you like the video, like and subscribe. Last video I did, only 2% of people were subbed to the channel, so that's unfortunate. So I'm trying to monetize it and make some bank, right? So hit me up with that like and subscribe if you like the video. All right, so thank you very much, and see you next time, guys.